So, my talk will be... Fantastisch. Will be about chicken or egg. It will be a little bit more philosophical debate about what brands and products are and what is the relationship between both of them. I will use two examples. Apple, the other one, Fructal. I think you are all familiar with both of them. The origin of brands is actually quite an old story connected to John Wayne. It was about marking cows, and this is the common metaphor we're using for branding. It is about marking. This is the predominant understanding what branding is. But I will use a little bit different metaphor for branding. It is, you see it? It is a screw. I will use it. You see, this is a screw for wood because it is a little bit edgy on the top. And this is very important because if you want to penetrate the market, you need to have a little bit of edginess. And the same is with branding. All the brands, I was really thinking about, do I know about an example where first was brand and then was a product? Actually, always the first thing that is a brand, is a product. A very good product or a service, an edgy idea of it. After that, of course, you need a story, and that's when branding comes in. It is an idea that will ease your penetration, how to penetrate this wood. And here we have the first definition from American Marketing Association. This first definition is a very boring traditional one. It is about how to sell your product with a good story. So brand is a story connected to a product. And the most important thing is to ease your penetration into the wood. The second thing, when the product and brand leaves, then you add products, you add communication, you add services. A lot of things can happen with your brand, with products that are branded with that name. And each time you do it, the brand equity, that is the strength of the brand, rises. And here we come to the second definition. With new products, with new services, certain association come close to your brand. And this is actually about branding. So what is brand management? Brand management is about managing those associations. But that's not all. After that, when you have a strong brand with great brand equity, you get new ambitions. You become greedy. When you become greedy, you have to think about a little bit different definition on brand actually is. So brand is not connected anymore so much to the product, but it becomes more a vision, something else, almost not connecting to the product. And there we have a problem. So we have two different definitions. The first, from the passionate stage, when we were all passionate, we were involved in the product, we had this idea, great idea. And then when you really succeed when you think about how to maximize the value out of this first idea and the brand that was connected to the product. And this is the story. I Apple. So, you know, I was looking for a picture of Apple with screw. And I got that one. And then I talked about jokes about I something. I don't own anything that is I. But the most important thing I will talk about is how Apple is doing the screwing. We can learn from Apple about screwing a lot. They really know how to do it. The real screwing. That one. So first, they were computers. Apple was very, very connected to computers. Then they somehow convinced us that they work better than the others. Then they convinced us that they look nice. After that, they convinced us that they have many products not so connected to computers. And then came the January 9th, 2007, when the vision and new product that were launched were so different that computer word within the name of the company was not necessary. Actually, it was not the right one for further expansion and the vision of the Apple. What can we learn from Apple? So we have two different Apples. We have the computer Apple and we have the other Apple, which is an idea of something that works and looks cool and it's very design oriented, something like that. So first we set the idea of computer. First they were computer, they show that they work, they look nice. And on the other side we have this different idea which started to live, which came into life in 2007. But the important part is how this brand migration is connected to those three things we were talking at the beginning. So the passion at the beginning, then in the midterm we are talking about the strategy, and at the end about the idea of how we can get out a lot of money. So first it was passion, then it was the brainy stuff, and the third stage they were starting to think about the wallet. Actually, that was the moment where Steve Jobs comes back to the company. But the important part is happening here. So they didn't stop everything. When Steve Jobs came back, he decided to motivate, to bring back the passion to the company. So it is about launching new products, it is about the passion. And the other thing is that all three elements are becoming important. Why is that important for us? This story, this case is important for us because now we can ask ourselves what is the important share of. What is the important share of in nowadays is, of course, wallet. Wallet is the most important thing. And here we have the beautiful academical slide, because I always must have a very academical slide. And it is about the strategy. There are two things that are important in strategy, two aspects of the strategy. The first one is the boring one. Since I'm coming mostly from marketing, this is the boring one. Okay, it is about the strategy, how we make things, about missions, SWOT analysis, and those things. But the second thing is maybe in this stage where we are now much more important. It is a strategy which deals with the sense making. And this is actually the cradle of passion within the company. And this is what we are missing now. Today, the situation goes like that. There was a passion once in the company, and it disappeared. We were brainy, and our brains are still functioning a bit, but the most important thing are those financial guys from Cotrugli. Yeah. And what is the right thing now? So if the thing will continue as it looks like, be prepared for a very sad story, rest in peace story. What I propose is the second thing. So we need to bring back somehow passion into our companies. Passion not only in our companies, but into our brands. So it is about bringing back the vision. And with the vision, there should be I think the most important thing, what is the important thing and why our companies within the region are that successful. It is about very innovative people in R&D departments. For example, if you look at Gorenje, if you look at all the companies in pharmaceutical, generic companies, Pliva, Lek, Krka, the same story, very innovative people. So we need to motivate them back and bring back the passion into their minds. I have the experience with Fructal. Fructal was 6-7 years ago when we started to work with them. A company that had a little bit of problems. And the first thing what we did was we started to redefine actually, or to rediscover their brand vision. Usually we use the model, Kaffer's model of brand identity. Brand identity used, if you are doing anything with brand identity, that is the right thing. What is so specific about Kaffer's understanding of brand identity? We are talking here about Fructal, and products are not mentioned there. You see that? So when we are talking about wallet maximization, we're actually talking about building a brand and getting out of the brand maximum. So Apple going out of computers into anything else. I believe Apple can become a fashion brand without a problem now, because it is not a product brand anymore. And this is the same idea with Fructal. So the first thing, the brand vision is something that should not be connected to products. But actually the products are those that are building big brands. It was the same story before when we looked at the case of the Apple. So the blue bottle from the top is bringing back to the brand of the Fructal that it is a modern brand. The selection product is giving back to Fructal that is actually a brand that is oriented towards nature. The Fructal nature brand is somehow connected to nature, etc. But even more important thing is to really understand how, because actually brand vision is important, but the products themselves, they are the ones that are doing the right thing. They are the ones that are moving your brands. So you have to look at the portfolio of your products. That's what your consumers see on the shelves. And you ask yourself how these products contribute to the vision, to the brand vision, and on the other side, to the wallet. And you will see that some of the brands, some of the products, for example, this one, are poorly contributing to the brand, while you have some other ones, this one there, which is not contributing to value, to the wallet, but it contributes a lot to the idea, to the vision of the brand. And this is what is important. It is about the vision. Brand is about the vision. Thank you.